Yes, everyone, welcome back to the channel. Final league game of the season is in the bag. Let's have a look at the 5 things that we learned from the game. At number 1, United make more history under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. United have already broken a ton of records this season and in previous seasons under Solskjaer, and yesterday was the latest and possibly one of the more impressive records that we've created. In avoiding defeat at Wolves, United became just the 4th team to remain unbeaten away from home across an entire English top-flight campaign, winning 12, drawing just 7. And we are the first side to do so since Arsenal did it in their season where they drew loads of games and won the league. And it's been a major highlight, I would say, in terms of what we've done as a team this season. Now, for me, the achievement is never about going unbeaten. The achievement is winning things and actually producing trophies at the end of it. So for me, it's not a monster achievement. It's certainly not something to celebrate. It's more of a footnote of, hey, we did that, and that's about it, really. The 2-1 win yesterday puts us 74 points, 12 points behind City. It was 5 ahead of Liverpool, comfortably 8 inside the top 4. And when you look at the overall progress, it was quite good to see. Number 2, youth, courage, success. One of the more exciting parts of final days traditionally is that you often see younger players getting minutes and getting debuts. United had 5 under-23 regulars on the pitch yesterday, which was good to see. Anthony Elanga scored his first senior goal for the club with an absolute bullet header, joined by Ahmad in the starting lineup, whilst Shola Shoretire came on from the bench, and we also saw Will Fish and Hannibal Mabry making their debuts. Hannibal and Fish are the 7th and 8th United graduates this season to be given a debut by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer after Mason Greenwood, Shola Shoretire, Williams, Garner, Tahith Chong and Anthony Elanga. Absolutely belting. Avoiding defeat and probably keeping hold of that record was probably one of the main aims of the day, but it was so good to see this group of players, such a young group of players, essentially a United B team, turn up at Molineux, put Wolves away and put in a pretty good performance while they were doing it. The future is definitely bright for United. Matters winning finale. So Solskjaer has said that talks are ongoing, but Juan Mata's appearance from the start in Wolves felt like a farewell. It felt like goodbye. It felt like that was it. His 270th appearance for United, and he scored his 34th United goal, which turned out to be the winner on the day with a brilliantly taken penalty in the 49th minute. He's now scored more goals for United than he has for any other club in his career, so it wasn't a bad way for him to sign off. It was clear that Mata wants game time, and I think he's deserving of game time, and I think he could go to a ton of other clubs across the world and across other countries and actually find it. The growing talk of the Jadon Sancho interest, the absolute lack of Juan Mata in a first team slot this season tells me that the end is definitely near. The interesting thing is, if you saw the Alex Ferguson interview with Gary Neville on Lad Bible, Sir Alex was really like not wanting to get rid of players when they were at the peak of their, or beyond the peak of their powers. And he was talking a lot about wanting that sort of experience in the dressing room. Now that doesn't mean at halftime and before the match, before a game. He's talking about on the training pitch and dealing with these lads Monday to Friday outside of the game. And I do think there could be a real role for Juan Mata in that if he's willing to accept it. And I think United might actually offer him that role. It's whether you can keep him happy playing probably half a dozen or so games a season at best. In at number 4, Tuanzebe Europa spot. Now, when the team news came out, Axel and Eric Bailly were the first choice centre-half pairing, and it felt somewhat like a bit of an audition for both players, to be honest. Lindelof probably secured his starting spot in Gdansk on his performances across the whole season, and some are going to argue with that in the comments, no doubt. Harry Maguire's obviously injured. Who is going to partner Victor Lindelof in the final? Now, Bailly wasn't bad, I don't think. But Tuanzebe shone. He won 100% of his tackles, 89% pass accuracy, 7 ball recoveries and 7 clearances and 2 blocks. It'd be a huge call from Solskjaer to start him in a game of such magnitude in a final. But in a match where United have to keep the ball, Axel's calmness and I think his ball playing ability, and not only that, his speed, if United are going to end up playing a high line against Villarreal, would be very, very important to us. And I thought he probably did enough to get the nod over Bailly. Whether Solskjaer agrees, we will find out Wednesday afternoon. And finally then, this is it. There is one game left in the season. It is all eyes on Gdansk. The domestic season is done. It's over with. There was clear progress in the league. It felt like progress, and there's even people ruining some of the games and some of the wrong decisions that we had in VAR, saying, "Oh, what if could we have?" And those questions are great because it means that there's an extra ceiling to be hit. It means that there's extra gears and levels for United to go through. It's not like everyone was like, "Do you know what? That's the best I think this team could have ever played. Brilliant, well done." No, we all saw room for improvement, and we all saw areas that United could be more ruthless, more clinical, more of a machine, and that's what's good. Now, Wednesday presents us a brilliant opportunity to actually win our first trophy under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's reign against Villarreal in Gdansk. Lifting the Europa League later this week would end the club's longest trophy drought in quite a while, and potentially give this young squad the taste of silverware that they need to move into the next level. This would be a brilliant moment for the likes of Mason Greenwood to be lifting a trophy. It's rare that one game can be the difference between being a success or total failure, but sometimes that's how fine the margins are. Villarreal ended up in 7th place. They've not had a great end to the season themselves, so anyone thinking that they've come screeching into this in fine form, you can be completely wrong. It's also their first ever European final. So this is a massive, massive game for them as well. They have a very capable manager in Unai Emery. They've got some dangerous names in the team. United are missing some key players. We've come into it with a few injuries. But United have got it in our locker to be able to turn up and absolutely swat these aside. Look back at it and go, wow, that was easy. That doesn't mean that's the case. And very often in a final, it's not the case because people are so nervous and so worried about making the mistake which costs your team the game that often you don't end up seeing it. I just want United to be United. I want us to relax. I want us to go into that game and play our game. Because if we do, they don't live with us and we bring home yet another trophy. I'll see you Wednesday night and we'll find out if we do it. Cheers for tuning in. Before you go, make sure to check out shop.stretfordpaddock.com if you still want to get your hands on one of the green and gold shirts. About 100 or so left now. We have pretty much sold them out. This is it. There's one run. We're ordering 1,000 and that's us. If you wanted one and it comes down in a couple of months, you ain't going to get one, mate, because they're all gone. We are selling one run of them. It's one pre-order and then that is it. If you want one, check the link in the description, shop.stretfordpaddock.com, stretfordpaddockfc.com, and go and get yours. Cheers for tuning in. See you in the next one. Laters.